sorry, was telling me people were going to be booted, but they can rejoin. So thank you for joining us for our Topical Tuesday. We have with us Kat and Robyn from the Palm Beach County Public Library to share with us about their digital resources. Just a little bit of housekeeping. Please make sure your microphone is muted when you're not speaking. And use the chat function when you have a question. And our, of course, new hashtag, please, 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 when you're tweeting out, tweet out with the hashtag PBCSD Virtual School Library. They are amazing, and what you're doing is amazing, and we want everyone to see it. And with that, I'm going to stop sharing and turn it over to our guests.
Okay. Well, hello, I'm Kat Ng, and Robyn Hammond from Children's Services. I'm the Technology Instruction Librarian for the county. Robyn, do you want me to start first, or did you want to?
Yes, please.
Okay.
They can see you.
Okay. All right. And I'll just start with the general stuff from the homepage. So let me share my screen. Whoops. Down there. Okay. There we go. Looking for the present now. Okay. And you should be seeing my screen. All right. Do you see the website, the Palm Beach County Library website?
We are good.
Yep,
Okay.
we're good.
So this is our website as it looks now. It doesn't usually look like this. It's pbclibrary.org, and as you can see, the icons are up here for the virtual library, unemployment help, the COVID resources, Ask a Librarian, the virtual story times, and the FAQs. I think you'll be interested in the virtual library, the Ask a Librarian, and the story times. I also want to point out first that we have some accessibility site options. So if you click on the little wheelchair, if you have issues viewing the page, you can change the fonts, the contrast, and everything. So, and that's always going to be there. It follows you as you scroll down the page. So before I go into the virtual library, because that's a bunch of information, I'm going to show you Ask a Librarian. We have a virtual chat service that anyone can use. You can log in, you can click here to chat with a librarian, and then if not, you can do text through SMS or even email us. Usually you'll get one of us, usually between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. If we're not available, then you'll get shifted onto the statewide desk, but you'll be talking to a librarian whenever the service is open, and it's open until midnight. And let me just go back. And then the other thing are the virtual story times, which these are pre-recorded. So, and we make them live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10:30. So you'll see this page start, for the load. It'll just get more and more episodes here, and you can always view the older ones as well. And these are posted, shared on our Facebook page too.
And you'll actually see Kat is one of our storytellers.
Oh yeah, I did one of the episodes. Yes, I'm down.
And for right now, these are all pre-recorded.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, what we'll be doing is live streaming at each of our locations.
Awesome.
So eventually, once we get that all figured out, we'll have a schedule that we'll advertise.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and I don't know if that's also Adam had, I guess, reached out to Ollie-Ann and asked about the story times in your classes. I guess that's an option. Okay, and I'm going to go back to our main page, and then I'll click on the virtual library. So usually, if you want our ebooks, our databases, you would just click here to the virtual library page. I hope it's not as slow as the other page went, but let's see. Okay, so you're just going to have to scroll down on our pages. You'll always see a splash page at the top, and then just keep scrolling. The first link here is just information on when we're open for phone calls and stuff like that, because our branches are closed to the public. And then if you don't have a library card already, you can apply for a temporary e-card right here. You would just click on that link. It takes you to this page where it just tells you You're agreeing that you're affirming that you live in the library service area, and there's an FAQ. But basically, you just sign up with the form, your name and your address and your email, and you'll be emailed an e-card pretty much right away. And then you can access all of our ebooks and e-resources with that number. And you can sign up for children as well. The parent or guardian can do it for someone 17 or younger. If you already have a card, then you don't have to worry about that, and you can use your card number. I'm going to go back to the virtual library page. So then continuing down, you'll see the links for the ebooks and e-audiobooks, magazines. You can also download music and movies and TV shows. And this link actually is not the link to our Storytime. It's the link to Storytime Online. But I guess we had put that there before we started our own virtual story times. So yeah, I'm not going to go too much into this because I don't think we have that time today. But for ebooks, you can get them on your mobile devices. You can read them on the computer. We also have audiobooks, and then you can also do magazines. Our collections, let me just go into ebooks real quick. So again, scroll down. And then from here, you can also get to the audiobooks, music, and the movies and magazines. When you see these, you can click on them, and these will take you to book lists with lists of ebook titles that we have if you're looking to browse. Like we have kids, teens, fun and games. So depending on your device is which app you'll use. Most devices, like an iPhone, iPad, or Android tablets, or the Kindle Fire tablets, the ones with the color screens, you'll be able to access with the app, the Cloud Library, Hoopla, and not Overdrive, Hoopla, and then RB Digital. You would want to use those apps. And this is where you could explore the collection and then the FAQs. But it's a lot of information, and I'm happy to go over that anytime if you email me or give me a call, and I'll show you our contact information later. Overdrive is our smaller collection of ebooks. We have this mainly so that people with the black and white Kindles, like the Kindle Paperwhite or the Oasis, can access ebooks because they're a little different. So if you wanted to read on those devices, you would use Overdrive, but I would stick with Cloud Library or Hoopla for ebooks. And they both have audiobooks as well. Oops, sorry about that. Let me just make that a little lower. Okay. Are there any questions so far? Am I going fast?
Yes, they're asking if these are apps that you need to download.
There are apps available, and they actually function best through the apps. But if you're only accessing them on your computer, or your students only have the Chromebooks, you can definitely read and listen to everything through the browser. Yeah, and you would do it through our webpage. You can just come to the ppclibrary.org and then click on Explore Cloud Library and explore, visit Hoopla.
Now, are any of the ebooks multi-user?
Some of them are, yes, but we were discussing this, Robyn and we checked with our collection development people, and we only have, they're almost like physical books where we're buying licenses to view, so copies of them. So these wouldn't be best for, say, classes of hundreds of students if you were to assign a title. But these would be great for maybe free choice assignments, like go in here and pick out a title, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We do also have a music collection, which is Freegal. So Freegal is another app, but you could also access it through the web and stream music. It used to be you only get 5 hours of streaming for free. Now it's all day long while we're closed. And you could download 5 songs a week per card, and you get to keep those songs. And these are all the Sony Music label artists. Hoopla also has music. Hoopla is sort of our all-in-one. It has the ebooks, the audiobooks, the music, and also TV and movies. And again, Hoopla is an app you can get on your mobile devices. It'll also work for the TV on your Roku device or your Apple TV or Chromecast. And all the information is on the Hoopla website or in the FAQs here. And then we're not going to go down to the music CDs. And then magazines. I'm just going to show the magazines and newspapers. So we have 2 collections. I think my page isn't loading. But we have 2 collections for magazines, which is Flipster, our main one. And again, you can browse in the browser, or you can go into your app store and download the Flipster app, and you can browse through magazines. And RB Digital has a few magazines as well, but the larger collection would be Flipster. And for newspapers, this links to our newspapers. You can reach the full text online through Full Text Finder, but there's another way I can show you. If you wanted, say, to read the New York Times the way it looks, you can go into research. And then the other way to get to our ebooks is through downloads, but I'm going to research to our databases. So I'm just going to scroll down. Sorry, it's a little slow. And newspapers here. So here you can see this ProQuest is our newspaper, one of our newspaper databases, but we have access to New York Times, Palm Beach Post, Wall Street, Sun Sentinel, and this is all the other newspapers. The one that we have for New York Times, we have the digital collection, which I like, so you can actually access the whole site, which is usually behind a paywall. So you can access those articles there. Okay. Okay. Any questions so far?
I think we're good.
Okay, great. I think that's most of the virtual library site, and I think this is a good segue into the rest of our databases for students that Robyn can cover.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Kat.
Oh, you're welcome.
Just kind of quickly, I'm going to share.
Let me stop sharing. Do I need to stop sharing?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Oop.
While we're waiting for the screen share, what's the phone number that parents can call the Palm Beach County Library?
Yeah, I just saw that. I'm going to type it in, but it's 561-233-2600. And that's the number to the main line. And then it'll be forwarded to whichever branch will be answering calls at the time, because we're sort of on a reduced schedule and things are getting forwarded.
And just one more quick question. Is it possible for students to sign up for e-cards all the time, or is this just a new feature because of the closings?
You can usually get an e-card, but these are different e-cards from the normal ones. So yes, we do have a regular e-card where you would only be able to access the databases, and our regular e-cards you wouldn't have been able to use for the e-books, I believe. Do you remember, Robyn?
I'm not sure, but all children from birth to age 17 that live in Palm Beach County are eligible for a free library card at our locations. So once we're open to the public again, if they don't have a physical card, they can come and get one.
Okay.
Yeah, and these e-cards, once we reopen, you can just bring the e-card, your ID in, and then convert your e-card to a regular physical card.
Great.
Yeah. And the other thing I should have mentioned was, if you had a card, but you lost the number, or it's expired and you can't get it to work and it's after hours, just go ahead and sign up for a new temporary e-card. And then when we reopen, you can come in and get all those sorted out.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
If you go to our kids and teen page, and I'm just going to use kids because that's hopefully the fastest one. You'll see one of the things we do have is tutor.com, and that puts them in touch with a certified teacher or college professor, graduate student, professional level, professionals with master's degrees, and it's for K through 12, also intro level college, adult learners, and job seekers. And I know that they have in the past, some teachers have gone in and put in what grade level they teach and what subject, and then they were identified themselves as a teacher. and was able to get some assistance from the tutors, which would be really nice in that the fact that they always work in virtual for this this program. And so they may be able to help you with how to present some of your material to your students. And that's, you can see on the screen, it's available every day from noon until midnight. And then there's assistance provided in Spanish every day from 2 to midnight. And again, that is all children, birth to age 17 can get a free library card, or they can use the e-card. And I'll be sending links to Holly to share with you, to give you a little more information about how Live Homework Help works. If I slide down here, we do have World Almanac for Kids. And hold on a second. Yes, I accept that. The only way I could get in was to go through our open channel.
Yeah.
So one of the things I found really interesting under this more, they have information on science projects, maps, flags, the homework help section gives a lot of information about how to use different resources, writing help, math help. There's a lot of good information here. We also have ABC Mouse, and usually we can only use it in-house, but you can request an access code, not only to use ABC Mouse, which is for ages 2 through 8, their Early Learning Academy, which is ages 2 to 8, the Adventure Academy, which is ages 8 to 13, and Reading IQ, ages 2 to 12. So while we're still closed, we have access for that. All you have to do is complete the form here, put in your card, and then especially the email, and they'll send you an access code. And you can see here on the drop-down menu, there's even one for Palm Beach County or school district employees. So if you want to poke around and see what is available. I think those are the main things that are probably going to be of interest to you. We do have, I just found, we have a little magazine that's the virtual library that advertises a lot of this stuff, and also gives you some of the listing of some of the other resources that we have that would be pertain more to teenagers. So we'll send that as well to Holly.
Great.
And I'm trying to think if there was anything else. When you were talking about different books, for like a classroom setting, there is the Project Gutenberg. It's going to be more classics, but those are free ebooks. So that might be another option.
Oh, yes. The other one we have, the Net Library or the EBSCO ebooks. That's sort of like Project Gutenberg, but we have that under the databases as well. It's mostly the books that aren't under copyright anymore. Right. Here, I'm going to share my screen and I'll show you that one. Yeah, I think Holly said you guys didn't have that one. You have most of the Gale stuff that we have. Yeah. Let me get back to here. So if we go back to research, so up here, downloads again is another way to get to all of the ebooks, e-audiobooks, and the magazines. And then if we go to research, you'll see all of the databases we have. And then these are by category here, but if you keep scrolling, you can search for a specific one, and then they are all here by category as well. And you just click on it and it'll expand. So we have Ancestry. Usually it's in the library only, like ABC Mouse, but because we're closed, we were able to get Ancestry access for everyone at home along with ABC Mouse for now. But yeah, we have the biography ones. We have books and media. So the EBSCO host ebooks. It's a collection of ebooks. Full text includes textbooks, but also some of the Project Gutenberg type books, which are no longer copyrighted. Yeah, and then we have Novelists. I don't know if you guys have that in the school district. It's sort of a reader's advisory tool for students and people to find books, summaries, and new authors and read-alikes.
And we also have the Novelist K through 8 available as well.
Yeah, that's probably under kids and teens as well.
I believe so. It should be. It was before they changed the website.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had a big overhaul.
I like the new website, ladies. I think it looks terrific.
Thank you. I will pass it on to our marketing department because they're the ones who worked really hard on this. But yeah, we have online reference books. Yeah, I would just explore the research page because that's where all of our databases are. The other one, so under education, we also just got Udemy, which I thought would be under education, but maybe not. It's sort of, we used to have lynda.com with LinkedIn Learning, and now it's, here we go, Udemy. And then we got rid of that one and we replaced it with Udemy. So this is for the older kids. Well, I think they'd have to be 18, so maybe more for professional development if you're interested in that. But you can get to Udemy with your library card as well, and it's all online courses, e-courses, on a wide variety of topics right there. And then again, another link to tutor.com here, and World Almanac for Kids. So there's multiple ways to get to everything. I think that's it. Oh, but I did want to share, and of course I was going to sign in, but I didn't. I wanted to share our contact information. So let me just get that for you guys in case you wanted to, if you have more questions after this. So how are we on time? Do you have more questions, or did you?
So we've got a couple of questions. We have a question asking, what are the chances of being able to get the virtual library card to be continued after this epidemic is over?
So like I was saying before, the regular e-card we have gives you access 30 days for our online databases. So like Udemy and the EBSCO books and the other stuff. I would have to ask about the access to the regular ebooks like Overdrive and Hoopla and Cloud Library, because that wasn't, I'm pretty sure that wasn't part of the e-card before, but we've always had in one type of e-card.
So they're asking if you would please ask, because it's really user-friendly for their students.
Yeah.
A couple other people have asked if they're allowed to copy and paste your links to share with students.
Absolutely. Yeah. What links? I mean, like our website links.
I would think your website links.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then like Robyn said, we will send you there was a happenings. There was an article with all of the virtual library information, a PDF file. So we'll share that too.
Wonderful. We're getting asked, is Transparent, the language learner site, open for free at this time?
If you have a library card, you can access it. And that was also the case before we closed. So you could always get the app on your mobile device if you wanted to learn, or you could log in through the web browser and just log in with your library card and learn language. Yep. I'm just going to share my screen again with our information.
While you're doing that, we're getting asked, do you have FERC?
I don't know what that
Gale
is.
It's a Gale database. I'm assuming, I don't know if it's FERC or maybe it's Turk. I'm not sure.
Maybe you typoed it and it's Turk, the testing database.
I don't think.
I'm not sure.
I don't think we have that, but we do. Let me go in to here. That doesn't sound familiar to me, so we probably don't. Let me go back to the virtual library. Robyn, do you know, or have you heard of it?
It does not sound familiar to me at all.
Okay, so we probably don't. Do Hoopla and Cloud Library have different books on each app?
Yes, and that's why we have different collections for you, is we get some titles. I would say Cloud Library has more of our new and popular bestsellers titles, as does Overdrive. But again, Overdrive is a very smaller collection, so the wait times are longer. Hoopla is less of the bestsellers, but a lot of other stuff, and there are no wait times for Hoopla. Okay, and then I was going into here to show Learning Express for test materials. These are practice tests and tutorials for like GED, SAT, FCAT, that kind of stuff, and that's Learning Express here. And that's also usually available with your library card as well. There's nothing new about that. Let me see what else. And then, yeah, there was this isn't us, but we linked to it. Revolution Prep's free mock SAT and mock ACT. If you can register here, and it looks like they're offering free online proctored practice exams every weekend. Although April's almost over, but I don't know if they'll continue with that.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, and then all the library information is further down on this page. So it's just the virtual library page is just everything in one page. Okay, and then let me go back to our contact information. I just wanted to throw this up here. So there's our email and our my direct line. But again, students and parents and even you teachers can call the main library number that I'd given out earlier for any kind of help with our library resources.
Kat, we have a couple people asking about the difference between Libby and Cloud Library. Could you explain that to them?
Yes. So Libby is the same as Overdrive. And there are two apps for Overdrive if you're going to be using it on, say, an iPad or an Android phone. I would go with Libby. It's the same titles, same collection, but Libby is just the newer app that's a little more user-friendly. But if you download the Overdrive app or the Libby app, you'll get the same books. And then, what was the other collection? Sorry. Hoopla? Someone was asking about Hoopla versus Overdrive or Libby.
No, it's Libby and Cloud Library.
Oh, I think they were asking, when you search the catalog for a title, do the search results tell you which app the ebook is available on, Hoopla versus Cloud Library, or so on?
Yeah, so it will. So that's a good way I can go into the catalog and we can just do a search. So the magnifying glass will bring up the search bar on any page. And then say we want a book. Let's see, what do I think? I don't know if this is a good one. This is the last one I helped someone with, so that's why it came up, Dark Towers. So here it tells you ebook, and then it tells you here which collection it'll be in, and that's in Cloud Library. So this is a good way, if you don't know, if you're looking for a specific title or an author, you can search our regular web catalog. It'll bring up everything, including print books. But if, of course, right now you'll only be looking for ebooks or e-audio, and then you can go to the format on the left and restrict your results to those. But if you know you're only going to be reading on one particular device, then I would just go straight into the app on that device and search the collection there. But see, this one will bring up Cloud Library, and then here's another one that's in Hoopla.
So we had a question. Does the Bookmine app still work to search the catalog?
No, we've ended support for that. We have a new app. It's just called Palm Beach County Library. And you can get that for free in the App Store and the Play Store.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any other questions? Throw them up in the chat.
Yep. I'm gonna, did everyone get our contact information? I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. And again, like here, I work for the technology instruction department. So we're available for one-on-one. We answer tech questions pretty much all day long now. So just give us a call or an email.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming and presenting and sharing your resources with us. I really, really appreciate it. I know all of our media specialists do as well, because we're all looking for so much information to get out to our kids that we don't all have from the district. If you are registered for our Topical Tuesday in e-learning, you can get 2 points for today. The follow-up is super simple. Create an infographic using the product of your choice, either Adobe Spark, a Google slide, a flyer, however you want, telling your students how they can access the digital resources at the Palm Beach County Library. Share it with your students. Take a screenshot of how you shared it with your students and upload the screenshot and your infographic to e-learning. We will be having our, I believe, last Topical Tuesday on May 19th, and we will be featuring teaching books. So be sure to tune in for that, and we will be sending you calendar invites for that one. If anyone has any more questions, throw them up in the chat. If not, we will sign off. We're getting a question. Are Kindle books only on the Overdrive?
So it depends on your Kindle. If it's the black and white Kindle that doesn't have the color screen and the ability to install apps, then only on Overdrive. And you're going to have to, what Overdrive does is you're going to choose the Kindle option to check out, and then it'll send you to Amazon. And Amazon will send the book to your black and white device, which is like the Paperwhite or the Oasis. But if you have the Kindle Fire tablet with the color screen, you can download the app for Overdrive or Cloud Library or Hoopla, all onto the Fire tablet.
Wonderful.
Yep. And the teacher support for reading endorsement, I'm not sure what that is.
They're looking, many of our teachers have to get their reading endorsement to be added to their certificate to see if you had any support for that.
Okay.
It's a specific list of books they're looking for, Kat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We'd have to send you the titles, but I would think it'd be unlikely that it would be the kind of material you guys would include in your collection.
Okay. Yeah. It would depend on what's offered to us too, like what they make available, what the ebook vendors make available to us.
Yeah.
Right.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, I asked one of those questions because I was wondering, since they have a lot of the online practice tests for different kinds of things, I was thinking, well, maybe they might have that. That was basically not the books so much, because the books they really would have had to have taken out from the library, more from the district, but just the online testing practices.
So the test for your reading endorsement from the state, is that what you're talking about, Michelina?
Yeah. Yeah. Because if they do the ACTs and SATs, they might have other state tests. That's all I was asking.
Yeah. I don't know. That would mean they would have all the Florida teachers.
Yeah. I doubt it, but I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's a lot of times it's what they make available for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But I'll try to look that up and see. Yeah. Because that's the first time I'd heard of it. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you all for having us.
Well, thank you guys for joining us, and
Thank God.
have a great afternoon, everyone. And we will see you in a few weeks for our last Topical Tuesday.